All right.
I'm gonna say it again.
This is the fifth try to do this episode. We're all here, in spite of everything.
Were you recording?
Yeah.
Y'all tried five.
Okay,
Y'all
sweet.
tried 5 times for this
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
Life comes at you fast.
Yeah, just to get everyone together. I didn't want to do air without fellow sneakerheads, or should I say shutaku.
I'm gonna make that my license plate. You heard it here first.
Oh,
Denzel, who was on the Encanto episode, and the long, not awaited. What's the word I'm looking for? We've been dropping hints, but he's finally making an appearance. Mauricio.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Something bit me.
Tell us you don't listen to the podcast. Without telling us you don't listen to the podcast.
Reese was like, "Wow, y'all niggas been waiting for me. That's crazy."
3/4 of the Bro Taco Block.
I'm just happy to talk about Jordan Sparks. It's gonna be a good conversation.
This whole episode is about Jordan
Yeah.
Sparks' hit song "Air."
Yo, missed opportunity.
I mean, we talk about it.
Her name Jordan and her song's called Air.
We talk about it.
But it was set,
I mean, missed for the movie. They missed it.
it's set in the 80s. She wasn't born yet.
True. The ending credits could have had it.
I guess.
Man.
Anyway.
You think a shoe junkie would have made a song already with that? You know, how I'm supposed to live with no airs.
Ooh, see, that's the miss. That's the miss. That's the tie-in.
Yeah.
As you casually just,
Wait, what did you say? Kareem?
I thought there was a rap song about Jordans.
Nah, there's a rap song about Air Force Ones.
And Adidas. The ones the ones
DMC.
white kids wear and the ones that Run DMC brought up.
Oh yeah.
What kind of the white kids wear?
You know, those real ugly Adidas they made in like 2003 or 2005. They like moved the stripes too far forward. They were like Superstar Extremes or something.
Oh yeah.
You saw them all. Every white dude who listened to Limp Bizkit.
Mm-hmm.
Every white dude that listened to Limp Bizkit bought those. They brought them back. They're $150.
Oh, it's called All the Jordans. That's what it's called.
You already started?
Yeah.
You could. Oh, you can't see
can't
it.
see.
Bruh,
it's on.
Yeah, I've been trying to hold my breath so I don't breathe in the mic too hard.
I mean, I'm just cut out once we actually like get something going, then start there.
Oh.
I mean, I appreciate you.
Yeah, you know.
I move away from the mic to breathe.
Yeah, me too. Chocolate rain.
Did you see the picture he put up the other day? I think he's like 45 years old. He still looks 15.
He's
like
45
like he's like that 19-year-old kid in your AP class.
He was perpetually 12.
Man,
he's 45.
I was just wondering if you did your homework from AP Health last night and if I could borrow it. Just kidding. I did it last week.
I wonder if he like hates chocolate right now. Like,
right?
Or does he keep saying it?
He loves it.
Rain,
he's still riding rain. Just that.
Remember they gave him $1 million to do cherry chocolate rain
they make that
for
soda?
cherry Pepsi.
Really, $1 million?
Why did they make that soda?
Just because
he got paid.
Pepsi liked the song.
Was it cherry chocolate?
Yeah.
Ugh. A cherry chocolate.
A friend of mine said it was pretty good, but I don't know.
Him and Lil Sweet got to do a face-off.
Yo, speaking of Pepsi, I don't really like Pepsi. The mango Pepsi? Crack. You know who else likes it? My Jamaican uncle.
Mango
you know what's
Pepsi?
funny about that? He's Jamaican, and it's mango.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what's going on anymore.
When we were going to Japan, TSA stopped me. They laugh because I know what I'm about to say. TSA stopped me from my butt cushion. And they're like, yo, there's something in here. And I was like, look, I just bought that. I don't know what's in there now. And because it was like 5 o'clock in the morning. And all of them just came over to see what was up because they ain't got nothing else to do, I guess. And like, so all of them swarmed around me and they're like, what is that? What is that? I don't know. What is it? And they're like, look, we got to check it out. And they bust out a box cutter and sliced it open. what it was the gel pack inside of the memory foam. It was because it was 2 layers. It was 3 layers. It was gel sandwiched in between memory foam. It looked like they had were smuggling stuff. Just the way it was, the gel was packaged.
Bruh.
It looked like someone taped up some cocaine and put it in there. And they were like, "Dang, well, we can't let you. This is liquid. We can't let you come on the plane with it." I was like, "That's fine. Just take it out." And I was like, "Look, you can have it. It's not that serious. You can have it if you want. Y'all need a butt pad." And they're like, "Nah, but you can have it back. We'll just take out the gel." And I was like, "All right." So now I just have a memory foam butt cushion
a sliced open butt pad.
I mean, it had a zipper, but then they sliced open the memory foam inside, so it's still functionable. But yeah. Anyway, during this whole process, I'm sweating because I'm like, "What the fuck?" And they're like, "Yo, there's something in there. There's something in there." Meanwhile, this asshole Mauricio was like, "Hey, they found your mangoes."
Oh no! That's not.
And I pretended I didn't hear him the first time.
Research
so he just said it louder. Look. Anyway,
bruh. Now I think about it, it's like now that I know they were that slow. Now I feel bad because them niggas. Oh, we can't say that word.
All right, it's all right. We've achieved the second.
The podcast. Blast from the past.
Karreem had the first bleep.
What did he say? Well, we can't say it.
He called Holly Berry.
That deserves a bleep.
Yeah.
I mean,
Holly Berry's not.
I still don't know why you can't say that.
I got even Italian.
Yeah, the more we say it, the more I got to bleep.
We's gonna have to call the episode the most bleeps. Phil Knight will be proud of us for this many bleeps.
Anyway,
yeah,
what?
Speaking of Jordan Sparks,
she's not either.
Oh my god! What did I say, Tim?
Stop.
Tim, what did I say? Tim, what did I say?
I know, but
this is crazy. I didn't do it.
I can bring it back around though.
I didn't do
check
it.
This out, right? Changed her name to Lotto because she said she didn't know better. That it was like she didn't know what was wrong.
Oh,
she was at something in the water where Chris Brown was, and Chris Brown a couple of days later, after getting the shout out, and everybody was like, "Oh, Chris Brown's doing better," got into it with Tiana Taylor, and her Jordan comes out soon.
Wow.
All right.
That's a Rose in Harlem.
Yep. Rose in Harlem.
In case you didn't know, he's a conspiracy theorist.
Ooh.
We're the secret group of brown kids.
The secret's out.
Fantastic.
Thank you for joining us today. Who are the secret group of brown kids? It's a secret, but you might find us in the Shibuya ABC Mart sneaker shopping and asking the clerk to go to the back to see if they have any Air Jordan 9 in size 14. Knowing good and damn well they don't got Air Jordan 9 in size 14 because you're in Japan. And that's why the whole store got quiet to watch. Anyway, today we're doing Air 2023. The story of how Nike landed Michael Jordan and he got his signature shoe, which changed not just the industry, but the culture. Directed by Ben Affleck.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the one part I didn't know.
Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Black women.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 Wait a minute.
And did Ben Affleck have some sort of weird bodysuit on in the movie?
No, that was Matt Damon. You're mixing up your white people.
Matt Damon. What movie is that?
Team America.
Team America.
Not Team America.
Which is South Park.
By the South Park folks.
Yeah.
Okay, that was close. Yeah, anyway. It came out in April 2023, but then it went on Amazon 5 weeks later. I don't know if Amazon bought it after the fact, but it had the Amazon Studios bump on it.
So I think the intention was they were going to do a digital release, and they realized it was so good they had to put it in theaters.
Okay. So that worked out because in theaters they made 89 million and the budget was 90 million. So they almost made their money back. But if it was going to
with streaming, I mean, they probably definitely made
yeah, so whatever. It made 52 domestic and 36 and change international.
I like that because I like Ben Affleck and Matt Damon.
And why are we watching this movie this week? Because at least 4 of us are sneakerheads, and not going to tell you who isn't a sneakerhead, but you might be able to figure it out by the end of the episode.
I'll tell you, I'm a casual sneakerhead. I will throw that out there.
Well,
I'll be buying the cheapest Adidas and then fronting.
That's fine because that's still not who I'm talking about, and I guess you can cross.
Oh, I like those.
I got those. You can cross.
I wish these were so good.
Oh, I forgot to introduce ourselves. This week we got returning Tim, everybody's favorite Karreem.
I'm back.
We got Denzel back from the Encanto episode.
Yo.
1 quarter of the Brotaku block. You got your host Tiff, another quarter of the Brotaku block. And then we got the mighty Mauricio, who is sure to get us taken off the air.
Yeah. How come Karreem don't have a secret name?
I mean,
ready the bleeps.
You're literally the only one with a secret name on the episode.
That's fair.
I work for the feds.
You're not supposed to say that.
I don't work for the agency.
The feds.
He just messed it all up.
Agency.
He they took your Fed card.
Yeah.
He works for the Food and Drug Administration. All right. What else? Oh, and the Rotten Tomatoes score, real quick. Critics 92, audience 98, which is
solid.
I think those critics were just being critical.
He just wanted to make that joke.
Yes.
All right. But real quick.
It's for 92 because one person got a bug up their butt. Oh, yep. We're going to talk about a whole movie. I remember that.
They never got their Jordans.
They got the Jordans.
No, they're critical because that Porsche was the wrong year for the year the movie was.
There you go.
That's just me.
There you go.
That's just me.
What year Porsche was it?
You know what? Let's not even. I'll go too long. We'll skip it.
Okay.
I'll talk for too long.
All right.
You can.
We can. I can't give you like a 20-minute. I'll type it out.
You can see in the flashback clip it's a different car.
Actually.
Oh, you're right.
That's true. It swaps once.
It's kind of like in another movie about cars, how
it's about to be
the color they talk about is period correct, but they swapped it out.
It won't be.
We move on. We move on.
All right. Spoiler warning: if you don't know how this works, we're gonna spoil some stuff, even though it's a true story. So whatever.
If you didn't know,
the spoiler of the movie is in the plot itself. So I just have to say that.
You might have heard of a guy called
it's on Amazon
Michael
Prime
Jordan.
Streaming. Maybe.
I mean,
famous baseball player.
To be fair, right?
Golfer.
You can't really spoil this movie if you would have to not like Michael Jordan or basketball or sneakers.
Yeah, so go watch it on Amazon. It's pretty good.
You'd have to be a big hater.
I do have to say it is the type of movie. It is just people in rooms talking. Like it's just a series of meetings. But that's a testament to how good it is that such a boring thing was pretty well received. So anyway, without getting too into it, what are our thoughts?
Another theme that keeps coming up is you invite me to be on movies that have a connection to Wilmington, where I live.
What's the connection? You lived it, or Jordan?
Michael Jordan.
That's Jordan's family. It's from Wilmington. He went to UNCW, and that's the town I live in Wilmington, North Carolina. That's where I am. You do that a lot.
It's just destiny for you to be on this podcast.
I'm on the movie.
Have you been to his parents' house?
I know where it's supposed to be, but I haven't gone.
There might be like prototype Jordans in the backyard.
Looks like there's just ticks in the backyard. She said that.
The Mercedes out front.
Yep.
Anyway, Tim, how'd you feel?
Oh, in general, wild. Yeah. It was a good movie. For being a movie that was a bunch of meetings, it was fun.
It really was. There's who wrote this? I did not write that down. My bad.
Life wrote the script.
I mean, it's a screenplay. I'll come back and I'll get his name. But Affleck directed, but he didn't write the screenplay. Whoever wrote the screenplay needs his flowers, because there's a writer that everyone makes a big deal out of. What's his name? Alan Arkin. I think he started on The West Wing, and then he had what's the last movie? Trial of the Chicago 7, stuff like that. He's really good with dialogue and just making conversations really entertaining and captivating. And that's what it felt like. But he didn't do this movie. Somebody else that I never heard of did. But he's probably going to get a lot of offers moving forward.
I guess Matt Damon and Ben Affleck helped with the screenplay, and they are very good with weird, flowing dialogue.
That makes sense.
Yeah, they picked up the script and I guess helped rewrite it.
Okay, well, maybe they need some flowers then. Sorry, guy whose name I didn't mention.
They need their flowers anyway. I just saw a video of Ben Affleck
Alex
opening the door for J-Lo.
Convery.
Looks like he wanted to die.
Look, we're not going to get.
He never looks happy.
But that's the running joke, is he never looks. Yeah. Well, he just always looks tired. He's sick of somebody's shit.
That's how he looked. He opened her door. He was like,
"Wait, what?
I wish I could land in this car real quick."
What was the one? Oh my god!
Look, as a married man, I'm going to say this.
Don't say it loud.
Nothing was probably wrong, because mind you, he opened the door for her. He just comically slammed the door. That could have been that could have just been. It could have been a Tuesday, I'm not saying J-Lo got on his nerves. He opened the door. If he was mad, he wouldn't.
I don't know if I can put a picture in the chat. No, I can't.
But anyway,
there's a picture where he is laying on a yacht and he's got his hand on J-Lo's butt. And it says, even in this idyllic situation, Ben Affleck is constitutionally incapable of producing any facial expression other than "I just lost custody of my son."
I saw that and I damn near cried because yes,
hey you,
I fell over.
That joke is
hilarious.
Like,
oh no. Too much.
Mauricio, how did you feel
about Air?
Yeah.
I liked it a lot.
You don't got to get into it.
No, nothing deep. I just thought it was a good movie. I like the banter, and I just like watching Matt Damon run around crazy.
Yeah.
His office was a closet.
I don't think. No, here's the thing. He didn't have an office.
Yeah.
That was the tape.
That was not a big office.
He was just always in there watching videos.
Oh, he was out on the floor. That's right.
Yeah, his desk was out on the floor.
Did he get a promotion after this?
I don't know.
Or like a bonus?
I mean, he went on to change history some more though, so that's dope. Denzel.
So
he approached Patrick Ewing and was like, "You want to sell some big ass shoes?" I want some. They don't make 7s or 8s. I just want a pair.
When they did the Patrick Ewing thing, I was like, "Why?"
I just want.
I look. I'm not even gonna lie. I think it was when we went to see Avatar. That was the first time in my life I ever saw someone rocking Patrick Ewing shoes in the wild.
Wow.
Yeah, I caught COVID that day.
Jeez.
Oh,
I don't know.
Wait.
Anyway, Karreem.
We just gonna skip me. That's crazy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I said so.
Why I gotta be last? Why I gotta be last?
You know why, Denzel.
So funny enough, I actually have a pair of Ewings in my house, so that makes that even funnier.
But you don't wear them.
I don't, because they're suede.
Oh,
how you gonna wear those out when it rains every other day?
Yeah, we're in Virginia.
Though.
So, but no, I felt so. Normally for movies like these, I don't expect them to be good. I expect there to be a lot of good Easter eggs, but I don't really expect it to be good. This one kind of definitely changed my mind about it. It was really well thought out, and to everyone's point, it kind of gave meaning to characters you wouldn't normally care about. And a lot of the key themes of the movie is like, you're gonna forget all these characters in this movie. You're gonna remember Michael Jordan, but the movie makes you want to remember those characters.
The opposite, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when we got announced, we were like, so we're gonna make a movie about the Air Jordan and just not have Jordan in it.
It sounds conceited in nature,
but it works, and like it's almost genius. Like it's anyway. We'll get into that.
Yeah.
Who's left? Kareem? Oh, and me. I'll go first.
Wow. Wow.
Ouch.
It got better on the second watch too. Maybe because the first one I was like half asleep. Because that was the one where we were like, we're gonna watch it, then we're gonna record the episode, and it's 12:30 in the fucking morning. And anyway, this time, I paid close attention because I was building up the template for the episode, and yeah, like it got better. Anyway, Kareem.
Guess I can finally, but it was all right. I mean, it
What you mean, all right?
No, these movies I feel like are only as good as how interested you are in the subject. So if you're not really into shoes or sports or whatever, it's gonna read off as just a regular movie like The Founder or Social Network. But other than that, I thought no, because I thought all the actors were great. I did like how it was just like a bunch of meeting rooms, but it didn't seem that way. But it was all right. It was cool.
Kareem, it wasn't about shoes or sports. It was about a man trying to create a legacy.
Hey, hold up. I got it.
It was about a gambling addict.
It was about the One Piece.
That's what made it more interesting. Anyway, I'm trying to defend you. Defend you, Kareem. Kareem says, "Look, either he liked a movie or he don't." He said he liked the end of story, so we can't jump on this.
I hope this movie starts a trend. Honestly, we need to see more movies about historical things with Matt Damon in them. Ford versus Ferrari, Air, whatever that movie where he was on the Great Wall of China. All three of those. You know what I'm saying? Historic.
All historically accurate. Matt Damon saved China. Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
Amazing. All right.
You'll lose all your Chinese viewers with that one.
We ain't got none yet, so might slide this one in ahead of it. So spoiler.
Shout out to Singapore.
Sorry. Shout out. Oh shit. Shout out Singapore. Hopefully you're not a bot, and hopefully you're still with us after this episode. Anyway, we're gonna start going through the movie. Hold on, I'm not apologizing for that. He know Matt Damon didn't save China, and anyway. So the film starts out with a montage of like the 80s, letting us know that this shit is set in the 80s, right? And then we see Sonny Vaccaro, who's Matt Damon's character, at a high school basketball game. At first, we see him in the stands, and then after the game, he was greeting the coach and the star players, and talking about giving shoes away and scholarships and stuff. So you see, that's kind of what he does. But then before he heads back to Portland or Beaverton, he has a layover in Las Vegas, and then he doesn't win shit.
He does win. He wins money on the basketball game, and then he blows it at the casino.
Oh, yeah,
because he's a basketball genius.
Yeah.
I didn't catch that. I saw moves at the casino. Okay. So that's significant.
You know what else he won?
What?
The experience.
All right, thank you.
Mic drop.
Okay.
Then we see Sonny pull up to a building, and we get the bump that says 1984, 1984 basketball sneaker market share. And we see the Converse headquarters, and they have 54%. Adidas headquarters, and they have 29%. Now we're back to the building Sonny's walking into, and it's Nike at 17%. So that's setting the stage. And then real quick, we see real quick, we see the office is tight and a little hectic, and we get a close up of the plaque that says Nike Principles. And this one's actually, is it hung all around the office or is it just in Phil Knight's office? I don't know. I know it's giant in Phil Knight's office.
I don't know if it's in the office, but it's definitely in Phil Knight's office.
I think the one we see is the one that's in Phil Knight's office, and I think
because like the chalkboard thing or the whiteboard.
Yeah, and then I think it's in other places too, but in a different format, like in the horizontal letter format. Yeah. Anyway, so it says Nike Principles, and I'll spell them out now because everything kind of comes into play in the movie, which I didn't catch the first time because I was half asleep. And they even showed a little bumps of each one around the time when it's happening. So number 1 is our business is change. 2, we're on offense all the time. 3, perfect results count, not perfect process. Break the rules, fight the law. It sounds cheesy, but yeah. 4, this is as much about battle as about business. 5, assume nothing. 6, live off the land. Some of these were kind of a reach. 7, your job isn't done until the job is done. 8, dangers, bureaucracy, personal ambition, energy takers versus energy givers, knowing our weaknesses, don't get too many things on the platter. And 9, it won't be pretty. And finally 10, if we do the right things, we'll make money damn near automatic, which is funny. But we'll get into that later.
I don't agree with number 7. My job is over at 5.
Remember when
you know what?
Was it
He's right.
In the Kings of Comedy said when black folk go on break, we go on break?
Yep.
Huh?
That's me.
Yep.
You.
So then we get Sonny in Howard White's office, which is played by Chris Tucker.
What was that accent?
Look, man, Chris. Look, so I'm gonna just
Hey,
get into
Sonny.
it. Look, I'm gonna get into it right now. I'm curious to know
Boston / New York.
These real people were. I think it was just old black. I don't even know about Boston, New York. I think it was just an old black.
It very much did. Old black is in the ballpark. Honestly,
they told him to play an old black reverend. Old black reverend, do that.
Yeah,
what's that sound like?
Look, especially the scene where he meets with during the meeting, and he gets in there. Jordan's dad is like, "Hey, you the only other brother in the room, and you late." And he's like, "Hey, man, I'm sorry, the Mount Hood." Look,
that's when the accent got extra thick. It got super thick.
When you got around other black people and it really came, yeah. Look, and I was wondering because we don't get.
Oh, but he's from Hampton, Virginia. He's from Hampton, Virginia.
Really?
The real person?
Yes, apparently, Howard White is from Hampton, Virginia. So
is that what Chris Tucker thinks
he might not be too far off, really.
I think I have the answer right. So
I mean, he sound like some old heads from around here.
I don't think he was trying to sound like the guy. I think he literally was just pretending to have a characterization, and Ben Affleck was like, "Go for it, or whatever. You're Chris Tucker," and that's what it was.
I think so too. Also, he knew the real Howard White.
Yeah.
So
the personality probably was what mattered more than the actual voice.
Yeah, but
you know what he sounded like? He sounded like he ate pig feet.
Look, yes,
all the time.
That's what I'm saying. Remember in Friday, not yes.
He eat chitlins anybody make.
Remember Friday when Craig's dad, rest in peace, John Witherspoon.
Oh man,
he was like, "Why every time I come to the kitchen, you in the kitchen?"
That's a good point. That maybe he was channeling that.
Look,
yeah.
Anyway, I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but it was noticeable, and I was weak.
Yeah, he did good.
He did a great job.
Pig's feet. Sorry.
You missed what Tim said. He looks like he eats chitlins anybody made. Because everybody don't watch their chitlins.
I'm just saying. No. He ate everybody chitlins. Oh, you got a plate for me? Thank you very much.
I've never heard that had what's that? What's the grammar for that?
Euphemism.
Euphemism.
Yeah.
Man, I can't wait until I get the opportunity to be like, yo, that nigga look like he eat anybody chitlins. Like
extra levels.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
How southern are you?
Karreem, do you eat anybody chitlins?
I do not. God darn it.
Ain't enough hot sauce in this world to kill poop.
Look, that reminds me. Remember travel? Wait, where do you think this is gonna go? No. As Diesel Samaro would say, Susio boys. No, but anyway. Remember Travel Channel? Bizarre Foods.
Yep.
I remember, like, I'd watch that. Like, we got cable back. Like, this is like sometime like 2008, 2009. We got cable back, and it was like what I thought was the best era for Travel Channel. They only had 5 shows, and all of them were bangers. But one of them was Bizarre Foods.
Yep.
And me and my mom would watch it, and then one day she was just like, "Look, like I think it was the Africa episode," and she's like, "I can't stand this man. Like one day they gonna feed him shit, and he just not even gonna know." And then on that same fucking episode, he bought some like street food, and it was like fried goat intestines, and he goes,
"Oh, I
can
remember
tell
that episode.
They didn't properly clean these." And he was being as nice as possible about it. And then my mom goes, "I told you, they fed that man shit." Anyway, how did we get on the subject? Chris Tucker did a great job.
I'm not sure. It went from
look,
Chris Tucker.
Okay. Chris, look, he was one of my favorite parts. Him and Phil Knight, like Ben Affleck's Phil Knight. Anyway, we'll get into it.
Also, just shout out to Hampton, though.
Yeah. And
shout out to home.
And eat anybody chitlins. So, Jesus, I lost it. Anyway, so Chris Tucker, they're talking. He's in his office. He's like, so Sonny, like, where's my players at? And Sonny reassures him that they're coming, but he can't understand why kids from West Baltimore want to wear German soccer shoes, referring to Adidas. And Sonny tells him because that's what's cool now, because the rappers and the breakdancers are wearing them. Also, the tracksuits are great. And he said he got his cousin and sent him a couple knockoffs from South Korea. And so Sonny asks, "Well, what's wrong with Nike?" Yeah, I'm not even gonna touch that. He's just like, "No, I want women to work." Sonny asks, "So what's wrong with Nike?" Chris Tucker's like, "Nike's a jogging company, and black people don't jog. They don't run 26 miles for no reason."
Hey, yo.
Yeah, once again, he's right.
Yeah. That's why he's there.
And he's like, also, people don't know what the hell a Nike is. And Sonny's like, well, what's a Converse? And Sonny's like, an NBA All-Star shoe.
Right.
Because at the time, 54%. Like Magic.
Bird.
Everybody. Well, not everybody, but pretty much like all the greats were wearing Converse.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Then Sonny asked Howard, what his strategy was to get players. And he's like,
and they all got blown out knees.
Amen.
Yep. Because they could feel everything. Anyway.
But was it me or what they did? But that they seem like they're trying to market the shoes towards black people. Main focus, like that was the main focus for the shoes.
It's not that they're.
So I feel like everything's really centered around what black people like or don't like.
That's how it actually is. In fact, they downplayed it. I know it seems like it is, but that it's the truth. And not even in like a negative way. I mean, we push the culture, and this is like literally Jordan getting the Jordan 1 like that. I'm not gonna say that created sneaker culture, but that was the most significant moment in sneaker culture, because it existed before the Jordans, especially with like Converse and stuff. But that actually Denzel's making a face. That's kind of the moment where it kind of existed, but that was the moment where some people would be like, okay, that is what is it, the watershed moment? Like that's really like where it jumped off. So like people cared about shoes before that. It's like, oh, I gotta get these shoes. They're special, i.e. the Run DMC. But like this was the moment where it went fucking nuts, and it was already like there. So does that explain that?
Okay. Yes.
Because if you think about it, it's the first time like they created that shoe for him.
Yeah, and we were going to get into that in a bit. They everyone else, it's hey, you're Mr. Athlete, we're paying you to wear our shoes when you play. Nike created a shoe for Jordan, around Jordan, a whole, and like they went in saying shoe line. So even though it was a shoe, they knew more shoes were coming. So
Mm-hmm.
that was significant. Like here's this black man who has his shoe. He's not wearing these German shoes. He's wearing his shoe. Like yeah, it had red, like it was Chicago Bull colors, but also he liked red in general. Like that's why they kept talking about the Mercedes. Like that's what color of Mercedes he wanted. So like they're like, yeah, more red on the shoe, yada yada yada, because it's his shoe. So once again, it's one of those like, oh snap, another level black people can make it to. Like,
yeah, I didn't even think about the shoe being made for her because I just thought it's always been like that with shoes. But no, that was an interesting fact for me.
It's like normalized now, so I get that. It's hard to like think about back then when like Run DMC is getting all this publicity for promoting a shoe that already exists.
Yeah.
Like it's not their shoe. They did get a collab for it, I believe, but it's not that was the original source of it.
Mm-hmm.
And all these other promotions that people
like
in the culture just
they got $1 million for signing with Adidas, but like it was $1 million and that's it. So like when we get into it later, like how Jordan got a percentage of the sales, like that was absolutely unheard of.
Like I knew he was rich, but once I saw that, I was like, oh, okay, he's much richer than I thought.
Look,
rich.
Yeah, I forgot how much he makes per shoe, but you could just knowing how much shoes he sells, you can be like, well, damn. So
don't forget apparel.
Yeah,
crazy.
Oh yeah, socks. He's on socks too. So yeah, then we get the strategy meeting led by Rob, which is played by Rob Strassman, played by Jason Bateman. And Jason Bateman's always kind of Jason Bateman.
He plays a good accountant.
Okay, well
Mauricio
loves so yeah, they're in the meeting about which basketball players Nike can get, and Nike's their basketball division is new, and like that's what they're trying to like build out, right? But also because Nike, like they said earlier, Nike's a jogging shoe company, so they're trying to fight for some basketball players, but everybody goes to Converse or Adidas. But then we learned that like everybody in the meeting never has any bright ideas and new ideas, and it just pisses Sonny the fuck off. And Rob, Jason Bateman, straight up announced, like, realized that he wasn't getting anywhere in the meeting, so he just straight up announces to everyone that he has to go take a shit. And Sonny goes to the bathroom a little bit after the pee, and then they start talking, which is wild to me because I don't like talking to people in the bathroom. Anyway,
no. It's funny because mostly white people do that in offices. That's
I was gonna say it, and I thought I shouldn't say it.
That's a white folk thing.
You've been saying everything else.
But that one was like,
Yeah, I got you. But I mean, I don't think anyone's going to cancel us for saying that white people talk to each other in the bathroom.
You know what else they do in the bathroom? They don't wash their hands.
All right, now. Anyway, so look, I can't even be mad because the first thing we see Jason Bateman do when he comes out of the stall isn't wash his hands. He fixes his hair.
Yep.
After he just wiped his ass. Anyway, Phil brought. We learned that Phil brought Sonny in because he's like the Mr. Miyagi. I'm gonna just power through this. He's like the Mr. Miyagi of high school basketball, and he's supposed to be the one to tell him like who to get. And Sonny tells Rob that he wants Michael Jordan, and Rob reiterates like Jordan's too expensive, and he's going to sign with Adidas anyway, right? So then we get like Sonny goes to a meeting with Phil Knight. This is when we're introduced to Phil Knight, or Ben Affleck's Phil Knight. Like I don't know if I said it yet, but out of the 5 like main Nike characters, 3 of them are 100% cartoon characters, and Phil Knight is one of them, right? Like,
absolutely.
Is he really like this? I mean, he probably is. Like,
yes.
That's funny. Anyway, so I just knew they had fun playing these characters because they're just fucking cartoon characters. I mean, Matt Damon was Matt Damon. Not saying he can't act or anything, but like his character was probably the most grounded out of them. I mean, well, Jason Bateman's probably the most grounded one, and Matt Damon, he's like the gambler character. But then you got freaking Howard White, Phil Knight, and we haven't met him yet, but we're about to actually learn about him now. Pete. So he goes to meet Phil Knight in his office, and Ben Affleck staring out the window, and he's like, "We're a publicly traded company." Or no, he's like, "There's a guy outside skateboarding in a parking lot." He's like, "We're a publicly traded company. He doesn't have a car. He looks 50. He's bald and he has a beard." And Sonny's like, "Isn't that Pete?" He's like, "Why would Pete be skateboarding to work?" And he's like, "Maybe he's having a midlife crisis." He's like, "Well, I hope he doesn't scratch my car. It has 17 layers of paint to achieve that color purple. It's called grape." I'm not going to keep quoting the conversations, but like, this shit just had me so weak. And it's how he acted it. Like, he's just really perturbed that there's this grown ass man skateboarding, and then around his car.
Like, he's like, "Do I not pay you enough?"
He was so irritated. He was so irritated. Why is he out there?
No, this is the second time watching the movie. I can tell that he's like also trying to avoid talking about what he has to talk about because he likes Sonny, but also in his eyes, Sonny is fucking up because they haven't achieved what he brought him in for, which is growing the basketball line when Nike just got over an annual loss and they had to lay off a quarter of their employees. So he's like, "We're supposed to be growing it, but it just shrunk. Like, so what are we doing here?" But he's staring at Pete outside skateboarding and it's just driving him crazy. Anyway, yeah, so they start to argue about that. And basically Sonny's like, "I need more money." And so Phil's like, "We can't give you more money. We just had an annual loss." Like, people are starting to ask what you do around here. And like, I know that you travel across the country to go see high school basketball games, and then you usually have a layover in Vegas on your way back. Phil asks Sonny if he runs, and Sonny tells him he doesn't want to hear any of his like Buddhist bullshit affirmations or whatever. And Phil tells him people think the point of running is the destination. And like, I'm not even going to try to imitate Ben Affleck doing it, but he's like, people try to say that the point of running is the destination, but it's the act itself. And Sonny responds with, "Man, I need $500,000. Phil's secretary comes in and reminds him that he has a 1 o'clock. So Phil like looks Sonny with this like stare, like get out of my office. And then he eventually busts out another, or I guess the actual Buddhist bullshit affirmation or whatever, which is, "When you find a wise critic, one who will point out your flaws, follow him as you would a map to hidden treasure." And Matt Damon's like, "And there it is.
There it is.
Confucius said,
Look," and like apparently he's the real Phil Knight's like that. Just anyway, yeah.
Smoking that night pack.
The Nike pack.
Ooh, the Nike pack.
So next we see Sonny at the office late watching basketball clips. Then he's at 7-Eleven talking about basketball to the cashier. Then he's back at home watching more basketball clips. So like he's serious about the job. He needs his resources so he can get it done, right? And this is where he's watching a clip from the 1982 championship game with Jordan, and like something catches his eye. So then the next morning he runs up on Rob Strasser, Jason Bateman, and he explains, "Hey, I found him." And Sonny pulls up a video that he was watching the night before and explains that everyone looks at the clip looks at it wrong, and that Jordan knew he was going to get the ball. He was relaxed, he was confident, and he was only an 18-year-old freshman, and the play was actually like built around him getting the ball. And why would the coach do that if he didn't see greatness in Jordan?
Because James Worthy was also on that team, who, if anyone knows basketball, is a Laker legend.
Legendary.
But Jordan was the one that got the ball. So it's like, that's why it was a big deal to him. You with us, Karreem? I don't know if Kareem's with us, but we're going to keep going.
I am. I just know very little about basketball, so I'm just listening.
I know, that's why I'm trying to keep you engaged.
You didn't play in gym class?
He wasn't shooting in the gym?
Nope.
What y'all doing?
You said what?
What did y'all do in gym class?
I grew up with a heart murmur, so I wasn't allowed to participate through most of gym class.
Oh,
that's how you make it stronger, Karreem.
How you pull bitches?
Man, we ain't about to dump on Karreem for being.
No, we ain't dumping on Karreem, but we are dunking on Karreem. Hey, but
that's fine. That's fine. I'm the nerd. I am the nerd. That is fine.
Nice take.
How this nerd get at our table? Whose cousin is he?
Well, I'm glad your heart's okay. That's what's really important.
But
I don't know if you're serious or not.
Thank you for the concern.
Do
you eat Cheerios? They're heart smart.
Damn.
We took a strong turn.
It was a 90-degree turn.
We need us to hit the ghost around the whip, something like hit a Yui.
Oh man,
Cheerios are good for you though. If you're lactose, eat them with Ferret Life milk.
You say eat it with ferret milk?
Ferret Life.
Oh.
That's how you get a.
I heard Ferret Life milk.
No!
I heard ferret milk.
Ferret milk.
Yo.
All right, let's get back to this.
They're always milking ferrets. Like, this is what I got for you.
So anyway, Sonny pitches that they don't sign 3 players. They spend all their money on Jordan. And instead of just getting him to wear Nike shoes, they make a shoe, or they make him the shoe. Which is, we get a little funny line from Bateman, like, you want to anthropomorphize a shoe? And it's, anyway. So next, Sonny pitches the idea to Chris Tucker. And I'm going to just keep bouncing between names. Howard White, Chris Tucker. And he likes the idea, but he's afraid Phil Knight is going to say no, and that Jordan's agent is going to strong arm him. So next we see Sonny call up Jordan's agent, and here's another fucking cartoon character.
Oh man,
David Falk.
Arguably, David Falk's one of my favorite characters.
I mean, he's another cartoon character. He was enjoyable. Like he's definitely like not a good person, but like the movie lets you know that.
Yeah.
Like the shit he says.
Is he a cartoon character, or is he a 80s slick talking guy in a power suit?
Both. He's a cartoon character of an 80s slick talking dude in a power suit. But just like Chris Tucker said, David, he was a whole ass about it, like right out the gate. And like David Fox said, world-class players don't wear third-rate shoes. And Sonny was a fat stalking horse and a bunch of other shit, right? And Sonny was sitting back too, and he's like, it's a shit show Adidas since Adolf died.
Hey, yo.
Yeah, he was like, he was in the Hitler Youth. And referring to the founder of Adidas, he's like, his name is literally
Adi Dassler.
Yeah, but he was like, his name is Adolf.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, his name's Addy. It's like, yeah, but it's
He
short
goes
for
with
Addy.
Adi.
You said he like wore a swastika and everything.
Man.
That's wild.
But like
Dunk.
this another part of the movie that like was wild, like how much that they were going in on the other companies.
Yeah.
And you know, I know what's so crazy about them doing that is that half the people in this movie, I feel like, go to Adidas afterwards. So it's not even like they were loyal to Nike the whole time. It's like they did the Jordan deal, then they left to go to Adidas.
That's crazy.
Hey.
Is that what happened for real?
Well, obviously not Phil Knight, but I think Pete went to Adidas.
Sonny went to Adidas.
Sonny went to Adidas. That's why.
Yeah.
But
why did Sonny go to Adidas?
Because they pay him.
Money.
What do you mean?
Oh, so he's not like buddies with Phil?
I mean, he was.
I mean, you can still be buddies with him. He went, but it says he went to Adidas and he went to Reebok after. So I mean, he had a
just making
career.
money.
Yeah, some money.
It's funny how Sonny knew that Adidas would take Kanye back one day.
We're moving on. So, and eventually they get to Adidas. That Adidas was offering Jordan no less than 25,000. Then Sonny goes to Phil and asks him for 250,000. So Sonny goes to Phil and asks him for 250,000, and Phil's like, it can't happen. He'd have to get the board to agree to that much. And Phil goes all in and even tries to. It's not Phil. Sonny goes all in and even tries to bet his career on Nike banking on Jordan. And then we get a couple funny clips of like other shoe companies. And then back at Nike, Rob runs into the office and asks if they're really about to chase after Jordan. And Phil still isn't committed, but he's starting to entertain the idea, which is funny because like he's like, I don't know, we're not doing this, but but if we were, I'm like,
and why was he wearing no shoes through most of the movie? Is that what he really does in real life?
Bro, the feet on the desk.
That's actually like they show at the end of the movie the real Phil Knight with the bare ass feet on the desk. I think it's a jogging thing, like
feeling the road.
I think it's a white person's thing.
Damn, it might be. But like, I mean, yeah, I definitely see a lot of, especially like when you're driving and you see folks with their feet on the dash.
Oh no, like
drives me crazy.
The worst.
But yeah, like joggers though, like I don't know, like I see them with their shoes off a lot for them being joggers, or some just don't run with shoes at all. I don't know.
Well, it's because
Lord,
through evolution, man has always been a long distance runner.
Wow,
that's how we got our prey. We weren't sprinting fast. We couldn't outrun anything, but we could outlast them.
I don't know if that's here nor there, but he is right. And humans can actually outrun horses over time.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like the amount of time that a horse can run full speed is not as long as the amount of time a human can run full speed.
Yeah. A horse?
Yeah, insane. I know that sounds weird, but yeah, like you used to cowboy movies and them just riding for days, but like the horse has to like walk for a while and then start running again, versus a human that can run for 26 miles and I mean not me, but
yeah,
somebody.
I ain't doing that.
Kenyan dude, yeah, can run for 26 miles in 2 hours or whatever.
I'll run for 26 feet. Go right back into the Burger King.
Hey yo,
with my shoes on.
With my shoes on.
So yeah. So Sonny flies to LA to have a lunch meeting with George Raveling, and I need Denzel's help here because the movie doesn't do a good enough job explaining who George Raveling is, played by Marlon Wayans.
Oh yeah.
But apparently he
was an Olympic coach, right?
He was a coach for the Olympic team.
And Sonny said he was also like best man in his wedding. I don't know if that was true or not, but
that was true.
It was true. Okay, yeah, okay. So he was a coach for Olympic team, but how did that play into Jordan? Like, how does he know Jordan? And how did Sonny know to go to him to get advice about Jordan?
I don't think they actually say how George knows Jordan, but I feel like because Jordan wasn't old enough to be Olympic yet, or it hadn't happened yet, he might have been like a trainer for him in college or something.
So you have to remember, the Olympic team isn't just NBA players. So Michael Jordan was on the 1984 Olympic team. With some other players.
I did not know that.
That's
what was his dream team? 92.
Yeah. You're talking like young Jordan, like not like standout Jordan, like I'm on the bench kind of Jordan.
That's crazy. So he was Olympic in college? Nice. That's why he was expensive.
USA was placed 9th that year.
I like Marlon in these more serious roles too.
He can act when he wants to. Like when he's not being like over the top Marlon, funny Marlon, like he can do serious. And he's been doing serious for a really long time because I think his first like really good serious role was Requiem for a Dream. That was like
I knew you were gonna say that.
Yeah. But
if you know somebody that watched that movie more than once, they got a problem. They got problems.
Because even his role on Bel Air most recently, that was really good.
Oh, what?
yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Because he played Will Smith's dad. Or Will's dad. I don't know why I did that. I don't know why I did that.
They showed his dad?
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't want him no more. Did they recreate the scene? Why don't he want?
Yeah, it wasn't the same scene. It gave more insight on his dad being a dirtbag.
Okay, but that scene.
What do you mean more insight?
But it's that in the original how his dad was like working and was gonna go on another truck run or something. Where in Bel Air, his dad was a womanizer and opportunist, and was only there because something he was doing happened to be in the same area. And then when Will questioned it, his dad immediately put it all on his mom, saying, "Your mom did this. Your mom, kept me away from you because she wasn't even a good woman to be with." And just started talking real bad about her.
Who wrote this?
And then because Will, I forget who wrote it. It was a young dude.
He really wrote that?
But then once Will stepped up to him, he was about to like actually fight Will in the show until Uncle Phil stepped in.
Why are they trying to write up? See, they always trying to tear us down. They're always trying to tear us down. I bet you a white man wrote it.
Anyway,
no,
Will Smith is like the high level person, so he decided to approve it.
He let it happen.
I mean,
but he also got a hater. She be dogging him.
Anyway,
the level.
If I leave this in or not.
Yo, anybody that doesn't write the show good gets slapped.
Hey, yo. They canceled Red Table Talk, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they smart.
God is good. Somebody say all the time.
Look, I don't know how volatile that statement is, so I'm
in Salah.
God is good.
No, not God is good. You know what I mean?
If God wills it.
But she can't touch us. The Egyptians are trying to get it right now for Cleopatra, so we good.
All right.
She busy.
Wow.
I'm just saying. The weapons are weaponing.
Tell me something about George Rafflin.
Jesus. All right.
That is the core theme of what we were talking about.
So Sonny asked him about his parents, and Mauricio will derail the conversation. Sonny asked him about his parents, and George says that they're solid and the mom runs shit, but don't bypass the agents and go straight to the family or he'll lose his job. And Sonny tells him he's got a feeling, though. George tells Sonny a story about how he found out Martin Luther King. He got Martin Luther King "I Have a Dream" speech, and he found out Martin Luther King noticed that the crowd wasn't with him during his speech, so he just improvised like the whole second half because it was different than what was written down in his speech that he has. So Sonny takes this story as like George telling him that he has to go talk to Jordan's parents, and George goes, "Fuck no, that's your voice saying that you need to go do some stupid shit."
And then reiterated that he's a part of history.
Yeah. So like he's saying it, but he's not saying it. He's like, "Look, I'm trying, like wink, wink, but I'm not saying it though." So that way, if everything blows up, like he's like, I didn't tell you to do that shit. But yeah, so back in Portland or Beaverton or whatever, I had Portland written down everywhere, and then finally I was like, let me see what Beaverton actually is, and it's a suburb of Portland. But So whatever.
But there is a distinct difference because it was filmed in LA, but then they did quote unquote have it in Portland and not Beaverton as like the location of the movie. It's like really drastic, like 3 different areas.
But they said Beaverton like 3 times.
But it wasn't Beaverton.
Whatever. So wherever they were at, they could see one of the mountains, one of them Cascade Mountains.
Mount Hood.
Oh yeah. It's not the actual hood though.
Right.
No, you got like I hear things sometimes, so then I have to stop to find out who's making the noise.
Oh,
so that's when you see me like.
I was laughing because I stopped myself from saying something, but then y'all paused anyway.
Oh, so you thought we heard your thoughts?
No, I wasn't. I could have said it.
Precognition.
There you go.
I didn't realize that was Mount Hood in the movie.
Can they hear me?
So that means that
that's funny. So he thought it, and we just sees both of us look at it.
Now that I know it was Mount Hood, that tells me that Jordans have always been in the hood.
Damn.
Jesus. All right. What was it? Where am I?
Tearing the people down.
So back in Portland, Sonny sits with Howard and he bounces the idea of going to see Jordan's parents off him. And Howard's like, "You're going to get fired, but also I know I can't talk you out of it." And Rob Strasser goes to check in on Sonny, and he isn't in his office, or not his office. He isn't in the tape archive room. And he asked the lady who sits outside, "Where's Sonny?" And she's like, "I don't know. I'm not actually his secretary." And Rob like asks again, and she just stares at him. Like,
but you were kind of bad too.
Look, this is I recognize the stare she gave him because that's how my wife be looking at me.
That part cracked me up. Like, I'm not a secretary. He doesn't have a secretary.
And he's like, "Where is Sonny?" And she's like,
"That lady got a whole job,
right?" And she looked down and looked back up at him like, "You still standing there?"
I wonder what you like in real life.
I said what I said.
The real lady, like, was it even a real lady?
One of them, one of the secretaries is real. I don't know if the real secretary was real.
Oh yeah, like they were like an art director for the movie or something like that. Like they were like a real
like
person.
She left Nike and like ended up in Hollywood and ended up working on the movie.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Fun fact. So now Sonny's in North Carolina, as you know, that's what we were building up to, on his way to Michael Jordan's house, because that's, you know, not obnoxious, but hey, he's a gambler, right, Karreem?
Big gambler.
Yeah, so he arrives at the Jordan's house and he meets the dad, James.
Wait, before we go into it, there's 2 things in that little bit of scene that like was really cool to me, because obviously I wasn't
going
around
to the Jordan's house.
Yeah. It was the fact that there was a phone in the car and just seeing that as like a thing in 2000.
And he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm calling you from the rental car.
Right.
There's a phone in the
phone
car.
in here."
And then the fact there was a phone in a box on the desk.
Yeah.
I've never seen that before in my life.
I forgot that we talked about it because we watched the first time we watched the movie. We watched it together, and we were like, "What's that phone in that box?"
Right? Like,
can
I get a phone? Yeah, I want a phone in the box for my house. That's crazy.
That
a
looks
phone
so
in
cool.
a box.
It's a phone in a box, girl.
Wow.
And while we're interjecting, the neighborhood that he rolled up into in the car.
Oh yes,
there are tons of neighborhoods here in Wilmington that look just like that. Once again, I don't know that they use a house similar to his or just pick a Wilmington one. The part where he's on the highway, he is definitely on Route 40, coming into our town from the north side. They did come here to at least do that part. Probably because there is a Screen Gems here, and they could just probably drop him off on the plane and have him do whatever and send him back. Even for just those couple of scenes they did, using the right area with the right foliage, I think meant a lot. It looked cool.
It's hard to fake trees.
Shut up.
It is. Look, I always know when a movie's in like this part of the country or Pacific Northwest or California.
I'll give you that. I'll give you. You've like actually regionalism. Said that before.
Mm-hmm.
Like we watch a lot of movies together, and he's said that several times. Now I think about it.
Well, it's terrible because you could be like, "Oh, those are pine trees," and somebody, if you really pay attention, you'll be like, those are like Appalachian area pine trees, though. They don't look right. That's not
That
stuff.
shit is
That's
deciduous.
not east. That's not East
Them's
Coast
the
near the ocean
sequoias.
trees. That's weird. You know, you'll
Yep.
notice if you've been in it. So it's probably good to
Exactly.
do it if you have access, or just don't show trees.
Crazy like a fox.
I like trees.
All right. So he arrives at Jordan's house and he meets the dad. Fun fact, I didn't catch this the first time, even though James Jordan, hold on, I'm saying this backwards. Michael didn't have a whole lot to do with the movie, but Ben did check in with him on some things. And one of his requests was that Viola Davis played his mom. And his dad is played by Viola Davis's husband.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's the husband?
Yeah. And I didn't catch it in the movie, but I should have recognized it because recently we'd watched like their Architectural Digest YouTube episode. It stuck with me because the husband, clearly he's not as big of a name as Viola Davis, but like his energy in the episode was like, look, y'all gonna respect me too. It's my house too.
I didn't know she was married.
So look, it was just funny that like seeing them together and so, oh yeah, that is her husband. And it's like, hey, baby, I'll be out here if you need me. Like that's how it was in the Architectural Digest.
That was just a Saturday, them filming that scene.
Yeah.
They just come out the house.
So I wonder if it was like, okay, well, Michael wants you, Viola, and she's like, okay, I'll do the movie if you let my husband be in it too. Throw him a bone. But you know, you got to go through his agent though. Don't let him know that I.
True.
Or maybe it was the flip of that where she's like, hey, they just asked me to be Jordan's mom in a movie, and he was just like.
Go ahead and slide my name in there. Go.
He said, look.
Jordan had a dad too, I think.
Look, can you give him something to do?
He's not gonna stop doing that until we just put him in the movie.
He don't have to have any lines. Just give him something to do, and he makes the same face behind her he is making in the movie.
Oh my god,
we feeding the family.
I'm gonna be in the Good Times remake.
Oh man,
Hey yo,
that's funny.
Wait. Is that happening?
No.
Just about.
Okay.
So good it was really a real.
He could be
got excited. He got excited.
Who will play Florida?
Man, we ain't doing this.
I just want her to come in and say, damn.
I want Angela Bassett to do it. I feel like she can do it.
Yes.
Ooh, that would be.
I feel like she can do it.
Yeah. Oh man, that'd be so good.
So yeah, we're in Wilmington now.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Just
and we're back.
Happy working on the car.
Yeah, Daddy's outside working on the car.
Working on Magic Mike.
His mom Dolores, or Michael Jordan's mom Dolores, comes out and asks the Sonny if Mr. Falk didn't make it clear that we weren't interested, and Sonny says, "Yeah, he told me not to call, so I just pulled up instead." She agrees to talk to them in the backyard. So
that made me really nervous actually.
Because
I didn't know what was going to happen next. But he was like, "Yeah, just figured I'd pull up," and I was like, "Ooh, why would you say that?" But then it was okay. It worked out.
That she was going to be like white man get off the property.
Can I ask a question?
That's a question.
Can I ask two questions?
You said a question.
Can I ask two questions?
2 questions.
Okay.
Who
styled Viola?
1982.
Look,
because that was the most Florida outfit, and even with her makeup, I was like, "Good God!" The jean skirt,
look,
and the super tucked in shirt.
Look, they know.
Some tells me they had photos potentially that they based.
Also, she's still alive. She could have been like, "This is what I."
I mean, true. His mom is still alive, yeah. So, but sometimes they have photos.
That auntie hairdo.
Look,
oh goodness,
that's how it be.
Auntie Jordan.
That's actually they show a picture of her later on, and that was the exact hairstyle she had. Yeah.
Do you think that was the last time that scene? Do you think that was the last time his dad worked on cars?
Shut up.
No, think about it.
He needs something to do.
Nah, yeah.
I mean, your son just became a millionaire.
What's he gonna stop?
He get a better car and do it again.
Yeah,
That was
that's what I'm saying.
that was not a dad that sits around and do nothing.
Yeah, he's gonna find something to do. He's gonna cut the lawn.
Well, you cut the grass still.
Look,
but I mean, I feel like he went from working on his cars to driving his new Benz
and still messing with it.
But also eating bonbons on the couch because he's rich.
Yeah. Probably bought a used car.
Damn.
So a nice used car.
He probably just started pulling up to other people's house with his nice car to talk about their shitty car.
With his hands on the seat.
What you got there?
What you got there? 89? That's 89? Oh, all right, okay.
Karreem, what was your second?
That was the first one was, can I ask a question, and then the second was the question.
I too have seen Dungeons and Dragons.
All right.
All right. I almost quoted Friday. I'm sorry.
So
don't be sorry. Be careful.
So Dolores tells Sonny it's Michael's intention to sign with Adidas, right? And with Converse as the second option. And Sonny asks that when she goes in a meeting with Converse, ask how will Michael stand out from the rest of their athletes. And when she goes in a meeting with Adidas, ask who's running the company because she'll get different answers depending on who she asks. And that's going to be a headache.
Oh, man.
And Sonny says he's in North Carolina because he believes in her son. Her son is different, and he wanted her to know it. That was me paraphrasing, but it was really funny when he was trying to explain like what each meeting is going to be like. And when he got to Adidas, he did German accent, and I thought he was just being funny. But they really were
actual Germans.
Actual Germans.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, Third Reich, nigga.
Jesus.
Not the Blitzkrieg.
That phrase has not been said in that way ever before.
Is that an oxymoron?
When I get these puppets.
Wait, did you say Kanye? That's a weird way to say Kanye.
Oh my god. he's dying. But yeah. Oh man.
I'm telling you, the timing of this movie coming out and them bringing Kanye back to Adidas is wild.
Oh,
it wasn't even a month, bro. Like the jokes happened and they were like, "Oh, cat's out the bag."
Yeah, I feel like that's why they leaned in so hard because it did kind of. He was over there still at that time they were filming in 2022, I think. So I think they leaned in.
So that's why they leaned in.
I mean, but it wasn't just Adidas. They got a Puma too, but they didn't have to get a Converse because they freaking went and bought Converse.
Right, you can't diss a company you own.
Yeah,
that's not fair.
But anyway, back in Portland or Beaverton, whatever. Sonny's getting cussed out by Michael Jordan's agent. Oh my God, David Falk is cussing him out over the phone. And after hilariously blowing the gasket, David Falk eventually tells Sonny that the Jordans are going to come to Nike for a meeting. But like the shit that he was, I forgot.
The herpes.
Oh yeah, he was like, what he said something about herpes,
like something like a type 2 of herpes, and he was like, Sonny was like, you sound like you got it.
Like you only know the type of herpes unless you have it. He's like, of course I have herpes. You wouldn't know that because don't nobody want to fuck you, Sonny. And he's like, I've never looked at it that way. But like they're back. Oh my God. At some point he said he was gonna skull fuck him. Like it was like he was going off.
I took notes. Yeah. I get that level of anger, I'm going in.
But yeah, so Sonny gets called into Phil's office, and now he's getting chewed out by Phil. And Phil said he doesn't have the authorization to give the budget he needs. And Sonny says the Germans won't go lower than that. And at the end, Sonny tells Phil if the deal doesn't happen, then he doesn't know if he'll have a place at the company, and Phil agrees. So then Sonny meets with Nike's shoe designer Peter Moore, and tells him they need the greatest basketball shoe ever made. And here's another cartoon character. And Peter asks how long do they have, and Sonny tells him by Monday.
It's like Thursday, right?
Yeah. And without pause, Peter tells him, "Step into my office." I'm sorry, he has a lisp. "Step into my office." Like, like you know, not just a lisp, but lisp. Like we have to slay the basilisk. Like that's how.
That was good.
He sounds like the guy at Anime Cons that tells you to get back in line. Or ask for your ID, the 18 and up video room. Bruh.
Nobody under 17 allowed.
The kind of guy that gets heated and says, "All right, buddy."
Yeah, exactly.
Facts.
I feel bad because Peter's a nice guy.
No, I love Peter. Peter's fantastic.
Yeah,
he's very passionate.
He's definitely a cartoon character. Oh my god! Like I really should have wrote down more to his lines. But yeah, so like before they get started, Sonny asked him why was he skateboarding in the parking lot, and he was like, "What was that all about?" And Peter's like, "Oh, I'm having a midlife crisis."
Just admits it. Just right there.
The honesty. The honesty.
And he just real matter of factly, like, oh yeah, it was a Tuesday. Like, oh yeah, I'm having a midlife crisis. All right, about this basketball shoe. And Sonny explains that at Converse, all athletes wear the same shoe, but they need to create a shoe around one athlete. And Peter says, so the shoe is the physical manifestation of the individual rather than the individual as the emblem of a corporate entity. And Sonny's like, yeah.
Can you see your face as you're doing the voice?
I switch tabs.
I feel bad.
Make the face back at me.
I can't even do it. It's like.
Oh yeah, have to like do the underbite.
Oh, because you're kind of doing the face. It's never. Wait, I'm just doing Sammy Davis. Just buddy, let's talk about how you need to get back in line.
Next, we'll talk about getting into voice acting.
I try a little.
Yeah. I wanna.
There's whole TikToks dedicated to teaching you how and all that stuff. If you want to go down that rabbit hole,
I might try it because there's some real bums out there right now.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to open that can of worms. So back to Peter.
So Peter also asked, like, form or function, and because something can be beautiful or it can be practical, but rarely both. And Sonny says something new. And Peter tells him the last time something new was done in shoes was when they differentiated between the right shoe and the left shoe, and that was 600 years ago. And Sonny says, let's go with form. And the player is Michael Jordan. Like Peter's like enticed by this, like, oh, beauty. Okay. All right.
How was people walking 600 years ago? In shoes. Like, think about that. You had on two blocky ass shoes. Like, could they have a normal gait? Or were they like walking weird?
The gait's eternal.
It's like that weird, like, were they like.
I got you. The left and the right you totally fell out of my brain. So when you said that.
Tip, I was broke for a second.
Error.
What? What you mean?
Carefully.
Feet must have been screaming.
Oh man. You're right. Like now, every time we watch a period piece, I'm like, them shoes ain't accurate.
Yeah. Like, I mean, let's think
Then
about it,
again,
right?
their feet was probably crusty, so like they had a little bit of support.
Oh, yeah.
Their feet were the shoes.
Yeah.
Like, imagine like ancient Romans taking over your
I
country.
mean, they only wore sandals, so you know them calluses were like.
Yeah.
This reminds me of a story. In 7th grade, I was at a Guyanese private school in Brooklyn, New York, and my teacher his name was Mr. Beard, and that was the same. Like, I don't know what I did wrong, but I was either the student that would get put in the corner or put directly in front of the teacher where they could watch me. And like he would just sit there, scratch. Yes, he had a beard. Mr. Beard would sit there scratching his beard, just like thinking, or sometimes he'd just be staring at you. And I'm not going to say my last name, but he'd call me by my last name and be like, "Why are you always smiling? I don't feel safe around people who are always smiling. You're sitting there smiling like a jackass." And that shit just made me smile more. Anyway, but he just randomly just say stories, and he was like, "The other night, I was walking around and I went to get a glass of water, and I didn't want to turn the lights out because I know my lights on because I know my house, but I stepped on a nail. Like the nail was, it was the head of the nail, but it was like poking up out of the wood, so." My feet were just so hard and callous that I just ripped the nail right out the ground. And I'm like,
Hey, yo.
look,
was he barefoot in Guyana or something?
Look, he must have been. Anyway,
God
so
dang, bro.
I instantly looked around the room, and every 7th grader in that class had the same fucking face, and it was just like, why is this nigga talking? All right, going back to
Had the feet of the ancestors.
enough about crusty feet. So yeah, the Jordans have their meeting with Converse, and it goes just like Sonny told Jordan's mom it would. And then we see Sonny and Rob with Peter working on the shoe design, and Pete says the shoe has to be no less than 51% white, otherwise the player's going to get fined. And Rob suggests make it more red, and we just pay the fines, and they'll make a commercial out of it, and it'll be for publicity, which ended up being a fucking genius move.
Definitely.
Yeah, because they made a huge deal. Like Jordan gets fined again, and Mikey just pays the fine because they keep talking about it, and that's another thing that helped catapult the success of the Jordan 1. So then we also get Peter suggests naming the shoe Air Jordan, and they like it. But also at this point, David Falk had mentioned he didn't. He was just shit talking, so it wasn't like a real
conscious
cognitive.
thought.
Yeah.
He was just yelling.
He was just yelling shit, and he was like,
Air.
"You're gonna have to name the whole fucking company Air fucking Jordan."
Yep.
And like, so, but like they didn't, like Sonny didn't really acknowledge it, and so Pete says it too, and allegedly, it's actually like a whole thing about who was the one who named the shoe. So what the movie did was they both thought of it separately, and it was just a coincidence. But yeah, I mean, technically, he said ear fucking Jordan, but whatever. Ear fucking Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so then we get a kind of a heartwarming scene between Rob and Sonny where Rob tells Sonny he sees what he's doing, and even though if he fails, it'll ruin his life because everybody's going to lose his job, and the only thing his daughter, who, like, I'm not gonna say he lost his daughter in divorce, but he only sees her on Sundays, likes about him is that he always brings her new pair of Nikes, free pair of Nikes he gets every Sunday. And that's the only thing she likes about him. And even if he lost his job, he would still go buy Nikes for her because that's the only thing he has. And it was real sad. But he was like, even though despite all of that, I still see what you're trying to do. It's just a little risky. But I think this is when he says because they say it like 3 more times in the movie.
Oh, the line.
The man makes the shoe or something like that. It's just a shoe until he steps into it.
Yep.
Yeah. So then we see Jordan meet with Adidas, and it goes exactly like Sonny said it would, which is funny because that's when I was like, oh shit, they really are. It's not that I didn't think they were German; it's that I didn't know that they would be at
that
the
level
meeting.
of Jordan.
like I thought that it would be some American executives in the meeting and like the German folks who started the company, but these are his kids, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brothers,
Or family members.
family members. I didn't think they would be in the meeting, but like they literally here's these two German characters talking to each other like in disagreeing.
Yeah,
And like
I make the decisions.
yeah,
We do it together. That's,
and
that's how it's done. Sorry.
Jordan's mom picks up on it,
It's
and
just
we
like,
see her kind of make a face like, oh, it was right. But it's funny because when he explained it to her, he did the accent and she stopped him.
she's like, you don't have to do that. Just tell me.
He does a pretty good accent too.
It was a pretty bad accent. He did like the Hogan's Heroes.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It was great.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch.
And I just busted out laughing both times I saw the movie. Oh man. But yeah, then back at because it's jumping between scenes, back at Beaverton.
You could just call it HQ.
Look, man.
Nike.
Something that's just interesting to me. Phil comes to the office and tells Sonny that he got the full budget he's asking for. Then they have this late dinner and everybody's there, and even Howard like is magically there too to figure out how the meeting's going to go in the morning with the Jordans. And so they hash their game plan out, and like Peter suggests having multiple shoes, and I forgot who said it. Sonny says no, it was just have one shoe. I forgot why.
The value,
because then it makes it seem like it's a higher value just having one, which Karreem, you following sneaker culture
A little bit.
exclusives, and then Sonny tells Phil to show up 7 minutes late.
Oh, that was pretty cool.
That was slick.
Sorry, he tells him Phil to show up 7 minutes late because it's gonna show that he's very busy, but he took time out his busy schedule being the CEO come meet with the Jordans in person. And Phil was like, "Oh, okay, I get it." And then Phil tells everybody he believes in them, and then he gives him some more Buddhist shit about breathing and then leaves. So just remember, when you're breathing in, you're breathing in, and when you're breathing out, you're breathing out, and he leaves. And they're like, "Did this motherfucker just tell us how to breathe?" So and then the Jordans arrive. Okay, next morning, the Jordans arrive in Nike, and the meeting starts out going kind of well. It was a little shaky, but they did everything they planned. Phil came in late, and he was acting horribly. Like he literally comes in and is like, "Hey, I'm sorry I'm late, but I'm very busy and I had a lot to do, but I'm here.
I'm important.
I'm a businessman.
I'm a businessman. Like
you can tell because I have a briefcase.
Here, business.
Businessman. Like it was really bad.
He even says how much the
super
company's worth.
awkward.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he did say how much the company was worth. Goodness.
Yeah.
He overcooked it. It was just like whoa.
Bad. But
didn't they do that? Make him come in 7 minutes late so Sonny could sneak in a part of the deal that what's his name didn't know about.
No, because Sonny told him. He was
reiterated.
like where they were in the meeting. He was like, we were just talking about how we're going to pay the fines, and Phil's like,
right,
he shit himself.
Like he didn't blow his cover, but he clearly was like, what? And then so like the Nike team starts. They play the video, and Nike team starts looking at each other nervously, and Sonny cuts the video off, and then he speaks directly to Michael from his heart about what will happen when he and why he's the best and all that stuff. And then the Jordans leave, and everyone tells Sonny that like that was one hell of a speech, and everyone's nervous. But Howard insisted, "We landed him. And also, Phil was like, "What was that about the fines?" So whatever. Jesus, it was cartoon characters, so funny.
Wild.
So a few days later, I guess, I don't know. Howard calls Sonny and tells him he heard from Jordan's father that Adidas matched the offer, which they, figured, and that the Jordans didn't accept it yet, so there might be a chance to make some moves. But Sonny immediately gets depressed and he's like, "Look, man, there's no moves to make. That was the move. It is what it is. Thanks for everything, right? And thank you for believing in me so far, but it's over." And Sonny goes out and takes a good look at the Nike floor and sees all these people that are probably about to lose their damn jobs because he failed, right? But then Sonny sits down and he gets a call, and it's from Dolores Jordan. She says that she has some news for him, and Sonny prepares to be shot down. But she tells him that Michael will accept the $250,000 guarantee. The shoe will be named after Michael and their family, a red Mercedes, and that Michael will get a percentage of the revenue of each Jordan sold. So like Sonny gets excited, but then scared because like no athlete has ever gotten a percentage of a shoe, and it's completely unheard of in the industry. But here's the thing: no athlete has gotten their own shoe either, right?
Truth.
So they're already in.
They're just wearing generic shoes that are from the brand, so he's the first to break that anyway.
Yeah, so they're already in new territory.
Yeah.
But he started, spazzing out. He was like, "Look, we can't do that. The shareholders, like, that's what happens. They invest their money, they get their money back, and like Dolores like sticks to it, and she's like, look, like his name being on the shoe means he has to create the worth for it, and he deserves his cut. You eat, we eat." And Sonny pushes back a little more, and Dolores tells him that he's going to be great, or he's going to be as great as Sonny thinks he is. And she agrees. The business is unfair, but every once in a while, someone comes along that is so extraordinary that'll convince the people who don't want to part with their wealth, not to do it, not just out of charity, but out of greed, which is wild when you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and a shoe was just a shoe until my son steps into it. So Sonny nervously goes upstairs to Phil, who's literally he's outside his office, like pacing, and he wasn't just pacing; he was like sitting down, standing up, like he was losing his mind. He was having a whole on nervous wreck, right? And waiting on the answer because I guess he already heard that Sonny was on the phone with her. And Sonny tells him they didn't land. He's like, What do you mean you didn't land it? Like, I heard you downstairs closing with the mother." And Sonny says, "Yeah, but they want more. They want a percentage of the shoe." Like, Phil kind of grumbles. He says, "Fuck it. You remember for the rules you break." Way to go, Phil. And then we get, like, remember mentioning the Nike principles or whatever? Then we get the number 10 principle bump, which is if we do things right, we'll make money damn near automatic. Which, in this specific situation, yes, it was the right thing to do to give him his cut.
Yeah.
But Nike doesn't always do things right, as we've learned. I mean, I'm going to mention the sweatshops, yes, but they're not the only ones who use sweatshops.
But to be fair, they also mentioned the sweatshops.
They also mentioned the sweatshops in the movie.
So we're good.
So it's at least like hey, yeah, we know.
We know we got in trouble for that Taiwan stuff.
Yeah, so we're not trying to like like magic it away kind of deal. But also like anyway, do the right thing, right?
It's almost like Phil told him to just do it.
Say the line, Bart.
Really?
Sonny said it to Dolores when he answered the phone, and he thought she was going to give him bad news.
True.
And he was like, "Just do it." And she's like, "We're going to sign tonight." Anyway, so
she did it hard.
So Sonny goes back and calls Mrs. Jordan and breaks the news to her that they're going to agree to her terms. And then she puts Michael on, and he tells him, "Welcome to Nike." And then Sonny announces to the floor before Rob even, and everyone's out there celebrating. And Rob comes and sees Sonny, and like they have that look like we did it. And it's funny because I thought about it the second time. Like, they're not just celebrating because they landed Jordan and they all like Jordan. They're celebrating because they ain't about to get fired.
Facts. Because if you think about it, their division was on its last leg. If they didn't make something shake,
my daughter will still love me.
Like, I don't have to buy these free Nike shoes.
I'm gonna get her these damn Jordans next Sunday.
But yeah, then we get Sonny on the phone with David Falk and the agent. David Falk, Jordan's agent. He gets to like eat the hot crow, but also he was still arrogant about it because that's just who he is. And David tells Sonny he should thank him because he came up with the idea for the name Air Jordan, and Sonny hangs up on him. And then Sonny meets with Phil, who's in his office practicing his breathing. Because, yeah. And hoping they made the right decision because for better or for worse, they're in it now, right? And he says, "What's the most we ever sold on a shoe anyway? 3 million? He's just one guy, like because he's worried about how much they have to pay him out of the profits, right? And he's just one guy." And then we get a bump that says the Air Jordan sold 162 million its first year, and the Air Jordan brand represents 4 billion in sales annually for Nike.
So Michael is rich, rich, rich.
Yeah, look,
super duper.
yeah. So that's the movie. We get some more like funny scenes after that, but that's pretty much the movie.
I absolutely loved when they threw the info stuff up on the screen, because most movies just give you that stuff at the very end. A lot of the time they were giving it when it was happening.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a really clever way of doing things. It really kind of tied things together.
Especially right here, because it's not like the movie had especially amazing cinematography, but like that shot of him laying on the couch under the giant plaque of the rules, and then the bump came in the middle of right above Ben under the plaque, where it's like the Air Jordan sold 162. Yeah,
that's a lot of great Porsches.
And a lot of red Mercedes.
Yep.
Oh man,
you can buy yourself an 87 in 1987 this time, not have one brought back from the future somehow. Sorry, it's still bothering me. It's the wrong car.
Be okay.
I'm alive still.
I mean, if it makes you feeling better, Pete probably scratched it with the skateboard. It took 17 layers of paint to get that color.
So the real genius behind the movie is Pete.
I mean, it was a team effort.
Yeah.
Pete made a damn good looking shoe.
Pete made a good looking shoe.
He saved the company.
Some great ideas. Like he actually went on to. He didn't just make, because the original Jordan 1 logo was the basketball with the wings.
Yeah.
But then he also created the Jumpman logo.
Yeah.
Forward. Yeah.
And then
So
he also
Pete.
made the Adidas logo.
Yeah.
Which is even crazier to think about.
Dang. So Pete been making moves. He is shoes.
Pete passed away like 3 weeks before the movie got announced or something like that.
Yeah.
Work on it started. So, but he lived to be like 78. So
yeah.
Shout out Pete.
Not bad for a rich guy.
Pete got a couple skateboards, 17 coats of paint.
I don't know. I think as a designer that works for the company, you don't get like a percentage of royalty or nothing. You just get.
Oh, damn.
Oh,
yeah. They're probably like, you know what? You made a
if they did the right thing, they should have kept paying him every year for it, right?
Yeah.
But like additional.
Yo, what's up, Pete? I got you some new skateboard shoes. They some Vans.
We really didn't go in on how
you get some free SBs.
How funny Pete was. He was like, so I think was it in the meeting or the night before the meeting? He was like, all I think about is creating the perfect basketball shoe.
He was hyped for it.
Look, I appreciate the passion. Yeah.
When he was giving the breakdown to Michael Jordan, like at the table, like, I know you like a shoe like this and you like these things, and I was just like, how you? Wow! You really digging in. I love it.
So it's estimated that Jordan receives $4 per pair of sneakers sold.
And think about it. So like I can't remember how much it was when it first came out. It was either 80 or 100 or something, but they were 120. Well, Jordan 1s were 120.
Right.
Now they're like 160.
Yeah.
And so they kind of bounce between 160 and like 220 now, between for numbered Jordans, right? So anyway, just $4 a shoe. It's a lot.
I think the movie also said he got 10% in perpetuity, but I think that's on maybe shoes. And then looking it up, it looks like he gets 5% on every Jordan brand sale. So over time, he made approximately 1.3 billion up to 2020.
Ooh. That's not even other endorsements or NBA salary.
That's just passive income from his name use.
His cologne.
Wheaties.
Them golf Jordans.
Space Jam. Like anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So dude got money. What was your favorite character?
It's Pete.
Pete. Karreem.
I don't know. He just made it fun.
I like the lawyer because he had a potty mouth.
David Falk. He's like, of course I have herpes. Everybody has herpes. You don't have herpes because nobody want to fuck.
Tell us so much.
He was throwing straight tantrums.
Yeah, I love how at the end they were like he sold his company for $100 million, and they said that night he was seen eating dinner by himself because
exactly like he said.
At some point in the movie, he said he doesn't have any friends.
He has business associates and clients.
That is sad.
It is.
It is sad, but hey, I commend the commitment because he was himself through and through.
And at the end, he had a lot of friends. Jackson, Jefferson,
right.
Maybe Lincoln.
He made $100 million that day, and he was sitting at that table eating that steak, angry. Like he's just one of those people who like his blood pressure never quite goes down.
His blood green.
Yeah.
You couldn't even get your secretary to go with you.
It's a toss up between Pete and Phil Knight for me. Like, I don't know. Phil was, I mean, also freaking Chris Tucker, I guess. It's not hood, but it's not the hood, you know. Like, all them cartoon characters, all four of them, whatever.
The Southern Reverend.
No, he wasn't that bad. He wasn't like Michael Jordan. Nah.
Lord,
Nike, like it wasn't all that. But
thank you for blessing our shoe.
Thank you, Brother Jordan, for meeting with us today.
Man, but it was funny when he told Sonny, he was like, "Look, man, I live in a 1-bedroom apartment. I ain't got room for you if you lose a job.
Right. I got 2 towels and 1 rag." I was like, "Damn, you struggling."
I guarantee you that was off the top.
Oh shit!
Oh damn!
Just rough.
Just like Chris Tucker can show up and go off. Oh man. I mean, I would ask sneaker questions, but it's not that serious.
No.
I couldn't answer none of them.
We gonna get you right.
Quick question, Karreem. What appendage do shoes cover? Wrong. The feet.
How do people walk?
Carefully.
One foot in front of the other. Left, right, left, right.
Hey man, I'm saying some Jordan ones.
Hop and skip.
You can't complain about the price, but we gonna get you right. Okay.
Oof.
All right.
Speaking of Jordan ones, I'm kind of tight that I didn't get the Spider-Man Johns. Everybody I know struck out.
Yeah, I don't know anyone that got them.
And there was a pre-drop that nobody struck. Like everybody struck out.
Yeah, they had 2 drops.
Yeah.
I mean, we got the first ones. Right?
Yeah.
We're more special, right?
We got the originals, but everybody wanted that new one.
The origin stories. Yeah. Whatever.
I did think it was cool. I was trying to catch like all the little mini things on like Phil Knight's desk and the backdrop of his set, and trying to find a little Nike-isms. And I did see some Cortezes behind them, and it did show like the waffle iron with the waffle shoe in it. So some like small things here and there were pretty cool to see in the movie. They were like core to like origin of Nike culture and some of the iconic shoes. And
there's a lot of if you know, or if you know, you know. Yeah, I honestly think I missed a lot because even on the second watch, I just
too
don't
much.
know them. Yeah,
and I don't think they stay on one frame too long for you to like really look at. You'd have to pause it.
Mauricio,
my favorite character?
Sure.
Oh, man, for me, it's the journey.
What?
It's not the destination.
What?
It's the running itself.
Yeah, it wasn't just one character. It was the whole thing.
Wow. Yeah. It was a team effort.
It was.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Profound.
Because even like Rob had his moment when Sonny used it's not the shoe, it's just a shoe until he steps in it.
Yeah.
Line. And like Rob was like, "Oh, he said it."
You some a gun.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Am I missing anything?
I will say Sonny was really known for making that camp, that high school basketball camp,
Oh, right.
for a long time. And if you know, there's some very important people that went to that camp, or that, let's just say, that those basketball games, like Kobe Bryant,
Yup.
LeBron, Dwight Howard, many others. So huge, long-lasting change.
Probably like one white guy.
Man, there's always the one or two that's holding their own. Like, what's the dude now
I
on the Nuggets?
Oh,
yeah, he done swept LeBron.
Yeah.
Mm.
Dang, the name just literally.
I know it, but I can't say it right. Is it Joe Jokic?
Jokic. Yeah, Jokic.
What is that like?
What?
Austrian or something?
Austrian.
That's a good question. I don't know. I don't remember where Jokic is from.
Yeah.
I should be Ohio. Anyway.
No, it's probably like Yugoslavia.
Final thoughts. Anything we didn't already say?
I feel like we covered everything pretty well. They put together a good movie. They didn't go overboard with a lot of the stuff, and they left out anything that you probably could just go look up yourself.
Second watch,
they touched on the most important stuff and put a lot of cool banter in it.
Second watch, I realized like it was a really well done movie. Like I don't know how I missed the Nike principles in the first time I watched it, but like everything on the principles list got touched on in the movie. I'm not sure if they always showed the bump of what number they were on, but everything got touched on at some point.
And those Phil Knight-isms are still relevant today. They're not exactly the same, but they're like the foundations. Yeah, they're still the foundations for what they do as their business today, like being aggressive and offensive, and they use the same language and everything.
Okay.
That also is a long-lasting thing that's in the organization.
They need to use that same language with the fucking sneaker app.
That's pretty consistent. You know what they're consistent on? Making narrow ass shoes.
Damn.
Yeah. Basketball players just have narrow feet, man.
It's weird.
They don't care about us flat feet Negroes.
Touche.
Wait, so how many Jordans do y'all
own? Probably. I don't have that many. Probably like.
Yeah, actually, I don't.
4.
Now Denzel though, he looking around. Me, I think I'm at. I have 2 1s, a 9, 11, 4.
Over my life, I've had 20 probably over my life.
I own 3 pairs of shoes.
So the way that I would ask how you want to ask this question is, are you counting it by number of shoes total or number of numbered Jordans in general?
He doesn't know that there's a difference between numbered Jordans and Jordan brand.
I think he means unique pairs.
I did not. I thought they were all Jordans.
So numbered Jordans. When we say Jordans, we're talking about numbered Jordans. Like the movie,
1 through 35.
The movie showed. Now they're up to 37 now.
Yeah, they're like 37, 38.
The movie showed the 1, right? That's Jordan 1, and then every year or almost every year, there's been a subsequent number, new design. Those are the numbered Jordans. So when anytime someone says Jordans, that's a number Jordan. If they say Jordan brand, because eventually Nike created Jordan brand as its own, like how there's like Converse and Puma yada yada. Jordan brand has more shoes under that one, but they're not numbered Jordans. I mean, the number Jordans are also under it, but they're not number Jordans. But so like you can go buy some Jordans that aren't a number Jordan. So they differentiate between the two because they're not the same. So you can go buy. You can actually go get some $70 Jordans.
Correct.
They're just not a number Jordan, you know. Or you can find some on the clearance rack. They're just Jordan brand. But then you also have athletes signed to Jordan brand, like how Nike signed Jordan. So this bugs me as a person because maybe I'm a narcissist, but I don't want another man's logo on my shoe. But
Russell Westbrook,
a lot of them grew up with Jordan being the best, so they see that as like iconic to have his Jordan on your shoe, your name and Jordan on your own shoe, which to me,
it's weird.
Yeah, but there's
weird.
plenty of athletes signed to Jordan brand, like he said, Russell Westbrook, Zion, he got the Naruto shoes. He's the first Jordan brand one that I saw that was like
unique.
Jordan's my hero. I want to be on Jordan brand. And even though it bugs me that the Jumpman logo will be on my shoe. Anyway, we get what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's you see the difference. And not saying that all Jordan brand shoes are immediately trash. There are some really good ones. Like I think I like some of the Why Nots, the Russell Westbrook ones. I think I like the Zion 1. I don't think I like the Zion 2.
I like Spizikes.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. And it's been around for a minute, so there's plenty. But just so you know, we can literally talk forever about shoes. So,
but to your question, I'll just like 60.
And you just said 60, and that's just Jordans. That's just Jordan specifically, not other shoes. How many foams you got?
Jesus.
See, I don't have a lot of foams though. I only have like 5 or 6.
Look, I got no foams, so 5 or 6 is...
Oh, you know what? The foam. So, okay, that foam question gets kind of crazy because we got the Barclays, and those are technically foams. So yeah, Barclay has a foam.
But I mean, it has foam, but is it a foam?
Yeah, like it has like the hard shell on it. It's not like the foam posit, but it's like it's a posit.
Yeah.
So I guess those count. So maybe like
remember that clip I sent y'all where Charles Barkley said he loses. No, okay. Well, moving on.
See, I got Barkleys, I got Ewings, I got.
See, I get it. I understand. I honestly
want Spreewells.
I would own a pair of Patrick Ewing shoes if they weren't $120. If they were like,
if they were not, they don't start at $8.
Nah.
I will say
I got the opposite problem from most people. I have size 8 shoes. I'm technically a woman.
I have 14.
Oh,
so
I'm
always
so
complaining
sad
about stuff stopping at 13, and you got they start at 9.
No, it's like there's whole shoe stores where you go in there into the men's section and they don't start till 9. I'm just like, why am I in here? I'm a person. I want shoes. They're like, nah, get out of here.
Go ahead and walk to that women's section and get that women's size 9.
I walk right up in the women's section and be like 9.5. Hand those to me, please.
He sounds so sad.
They got better colors anyway.
Facts. Yeah, that's a reality.
What's the men's colorway? Gray, black, blue and white.
The up-tempo.
What the ladies got? You like confetti, bro?
Yeah, up-tempo's got better colorways than the women's sizes.
Yo.
Anyway, was that all the final thoughts? We got everything out?
Yeah.
Great movie. All right, so ratings, guys. Who wants to go first?
I'll take the lead.
All right.
I'm going to give it a 10. I'll tell you why.
10 out of what?
10.
Okay.
What's his face? The shoe designer guy? What's it, Pete?
Peter Moore?
Pete was talking about shoes didn't change until 600 years ago. I've been thinking about this because it bothered me.
He really hasn't said a whole lot since this moment. So you really been sitting there thinking about it, by the way.
Been thinking about this. How were people getting run down by like ancient Romans or whatever with the wrong kind of shoes on? So Pete working for Nike, a jogging company, I feel like he's had this same thought. If you went back in time with a pair of joggers on, you could literally run the world.
What?
Like a good pair of the Zoom Pegasus or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you would run circles around them niggas.
I see the vision.
I don't know because back then everybody used to being like that. So I feel like you will be going up against some sand trains.
You go back in time. You lace up your shoes and you're like, all right, time to run. And you get like 3 feet and somebody just like a spear flies through you.
True.
Or like you think you're doing something, you running, and you look to the left, and there's like a 4 foot tall Roman with
I was about to say they were short.
With crusty ass feet running just as fast as you are.
Yeah, nigga, you soft.
Running across rocks and twigs.
Oh man.
With them soft ass shoes.
I mean, I mean, because if you think about
Kevin
it,
Hart joke with the
we
Oscars.
can't handle so much if something that happened to our feet because a Lego destroys us.
But if I put on some
You got people back
Yeah,
then, stepping on
stomping
rocks.
empires.
with bad feet,
with 2 inch of calluses.
yeah,
They got
with
platforms.
shoes that aren't left or right.
Look, this gives a whole new perspective to the 300 when Leonidas kicks the dude in the chest.
Oh, we got to go back and watch it again. See the
Oh
flakes
my
come off
God.
his foot.
That's
Like
crazy.
the dust wasn't from their clothes; it was from his feet.
From the calluses.
Like
that first layer disintegrated.
also, he probably was like getting hit in the chest with like a bat. Like it was just a brick.
Leonidas didn't feel none of that.
Look, he
Everybody
would rip
got
all
club
the
foot.
nails out the feet, out the floor.
I think they had toenails.
You think they had toenails? They had
Without a
toenails, but I guarantee you they didn't clip the toenails.
Oh.
Toenails would just get worn down from them walking.
Grinding on the stone.
Yeah.
So his shoes made us soft?
What?
Yes. Yes.
Let's get past this.
All right, 10 out of 10 for utility.
Okay. Denzel.
Yeah, I'll give it 10 swooshes out of 10.
Wow. Okay.
Mainly because, like I mentioned in the beginning, it was a movie I didn't expect to be good, but they did a really good job of selling the story of it's not about Michael, and they made it a point to give characters depth to make you feel like they mattered.
Yeah, this is true.
Definitely.
Oh, we didn't even talk about that. They don't show Michael's face.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I wasn't
He 3/4 him the whole
I wasn't
time.
sure how I felt about it the first time I watched it, and then I had to sit up think about it, and I was like, no, that's actually pretty genius. And then the second time I watched it, I was like, all right, yeah, no, that's perfect, because
they framed him like a character in a dating sim.
yeah, and like he only has like 2 lines, and so I thought about it. I was like, no, it has to be because Michael is, everybody knows who Michael Jordan is, and it'll just take you out of it seeing somebody else be Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
So even though the actor they got to play him and you never see his face, the actual actor looked kind of like him.
Yeah.
They did a good job casting just to not show his face. But when we looked up the trivia, that like it was confirmed, Ben Affleck said that like it was on purpose that we weren't going to show Michael's face, or really he wasn't going to be a big part of the movie, even though he's integral to the movie, because everybody knows who Michael Jordan is. It's a mythical figure, and we would never be able to do him justice. So they treated him as a mythical figure by not showing, like he would be in the room and we were like moving around him, and like that was really neat.
I agree. I think after watching The Last Dance, I don't think there's another way you're gonna out portray Michael Jordan other than that long series of just him talking about himself and his journey through the NBA and his career. Like that was just beautiful.
Yeah.
So it would have took you out of the whole movie.
Yeah. So Tim.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my normal thing is just to say whether or not I'd recommend a movie. And I'd say if you liked a movie like like you guys said, like if you liked a movie like Save the Last Dance, but you wanted something that was more theatrical, like Ford versus Ferrari, and you like to watch Matt Damon do that blinking thing, this is your movie. You should go see this. You should get a hold of it. I don't know if there's going to be physical, but this wouldn't be something too bad to have in the pile for like like a weekend when somebody is hanging out and y'all are just a little too rowdy. You want to play basketball, but you don't want to play basketball. You could just watch this.
All right. Karreem, yours is important because if you ain't figure it out now, he's the one that's not a sneakerhead on the episode. So, how was it watching the movie that Sneaker Freaker said that if any self-respecting sneakerhead would have already seen it?
Dang, I didn't know it's like that. It's on that
That's
level.
what they said. I thought that was a bit dramatic.
I agree. It's very dramatic because it don't even talk about no sneakers.
Plus Sneaker Freaker they be shilling. Yeah, like don't nobody wear New Balances that much. Come on. Anyway,
I mean, out of fast food burgers, I'll give it a Burger King Whopper.
What does that mean?
How many Whoppers?
Is that with the sauce?
I think a Whopper is a very good, very good fast food burger.
Yeah,
It might be the best
it's a
fast
very
food
good.
burger.
Don't
That
disrespect the Big Mac.
fast food. No, I like a Whopper better than a Big Mac.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I do too.
Broiled.
I do
it
too.
might be the best affordable fast food burger. Don't bring Five Guys and shit into this.
Okay, when you say affordable,
Yeah,
then
don't.
you okay.
I don't go
the
to
list
Five Guys unless
changes.
somebody else is paying. I'm sorry.
Look, I don't got
The list
$90
changes.
to spend on
Yeah.
my tax.
Oh, but they come with so many fries. I can go up the
But
street and
no,
buy as many fries as I want.
It means it was a good
Rent or
movie. It
Five
was
Guys.
good.
All right, it was good.
Right.
I
Good
liked it
Five
a
Guys.
lot better than the Whitney
weeks
biopic.
ago.
Oh, you liked it better than the
Whitney.
Whitney biopic?
Oh,
Yeah.
That's fair.
For the longest time, I
Alright.
thought it was biopic.
No.
I was a kid.
I know, but there's grown people who still
Hey,
say biopic.
don't be
That's 'cause you can't
myopic
read.
and say biopic. Oh,
It's
that's still.
You
I
sound like you one of the people from that.
picture. Biopic.
Yeah, buy.
That sound like one of those people from that group.
What group?
That Facebook group.
Oh, we're not. No. Okay, moving on. 'Cause some of them might listen to this. In fact, they might be the only motherfuckers listening to this. So, gotta beat that. I think y'all got me feeling like I'm the bad one because I'm giving it an 8 out of 10, which on my scale is great.
No, that's
10
fantastic.
out of 10 is life changing. I don't think it was life changing, but it was.
I ain't give it a 9.
You just doing that just to spite me.
I ain't give it. I said no. You
didn't give it.
No.
Well, I'm gonna give it a 10 because it was better than what I expected. So
that's fine. You were allowed to rate it however you want. I'm just. No, I'm gonna stick with my 8. It's a great movie. It might be a 9, which is a masterpiece because I can't tell you anything that they did wrong or that I would change. But I'm gonna stick with 8. I loved it. I'll even watch it again. Yeah.
I would not.
Oh, geez, there you go.
That's okay.
No, because I got what I needed to get from this movie. I'm good.
Okay, let's all chip in and get some.
Boo this man.
Get Karreem some number Jordans, so he can have a taste of greatness, and we don't got to make fun of his Walmart shoes.
I think Karreem needs a Jordan 4.
Wow, Walmart shoes.
Hey, nothing
Jordan
Walmart
4.
shoes. Shaq sell Walmart shoes.
You're right. It's for the kids.
And it's the same sweatshop as other shoes.
Jesus Christ. All right.
Quality's still there.
On that note, signing off. Anybody want to post their social medias or things to follow or any plugs?
I'll do one. Who you can go first if you want. Somebody.
Ain't got shit.
No, I'll go second.
Nah, you go.
It's coming up on 10 years that my solo D&D Sluggers album came out, and I've been talking about it on TikTok and Instagram. Go over there and have a look at that. Maybe come to my Patreon and get more of the good stuff, the dirt, the nerdcore stuff that nobody wants to talk about. I'm just kidding. I can't bring that up. I'll get kicked out.
Are you selling explicit things on Patreon?
No.
What? Like booby pictures?
I mean,
I got the meat.
Hey, yo. This man said he Arby's.
All right.
Come through. We'll negotiate.
Gotta use it.
Right. And that's at D&D Sluggers or DD Sluggers.
DD Sluggers anywhere. Once again, if you find a baseball team, that's not me. That's just some dudes.
Mauricio.
Mighty Mauricio on all platforms.
All right. Denzel.
Gym Leader Brock on Instagram and Pewter Gym on Twitter.
Karreem.
I got nothing.
All right. You can follow the podcast at SGBK Podcast on Twitter. And follow me personally on Letterboxd at Tiffzilla. All right.
Karreem, you got no social
Did you
media?
say Litterbox? Huh?
You don't have any social media?
Why you putting my business out there like that?
What are you hiding?
My life.
You say you don't know these people.
He said, "My life, not your entertainment."
You don't want to lose his job because he's busy saying getting bleeped out on podcasts.
You know, isn't it funny though that
It's
the
only
longer,
happened once so
the more
far.
I go to
He
work,
can't
the more I
have
realize
he
I
can't
really
have
don't
social
have.
media. He has a heart murmur.
Oh, you're right.
That's true.
Well,
We can't have him get overexcited when his followers blow up.
There
We
you
don't
go.
want to. He's got to chill.
Right.
I gotta keep it
He's
even.
gotta
Gotta
be
keep it
humble.
even.
You're right. You're right.
Humble. I like it.
All right. On that note, shout out Heart Murmurs. Good night.
Wow. Wow.
I love you, Karreem.
Take it easy, y'all.
All right. Peace.